Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it's time for another Angel Sudsy recap. First of all, I want to say Happy New Year to everyone, because it is a new year. I didn't do a show yesterday because it was New Year's Eve, and, I just took a night off, but I'm doing two today, so I'll be doing the Young and the Restless, and then I'll be doing General Hospital a little bit later. So let's talk about Young and the Restless. All right, so as I'm just playing with my hair, in terms of Young and the Restless, I really want to focus actually on, which is really funny, but Young and the Restless was the only soap that actually aired a vintage episode on Friday because all the other shows were off. They were all preempted. So Young and the Restless was on. Well, no, actually, Days of Our Lives was not preempted, and they did not air a vintage episode. They aired a new episode. But anyways, so Young and the Restless aired a vintage episode. And here's the thing. I loved it. It was the best, right? Because honestly, this was all from before I started watching Young and the Restless. So I got to see a lot of really cool things happen, right? First of all, it's incredible. It is, I have to say, it is kind of a testament to the television program how many people are still on the show, because this was literally from like 30 years ago. Victor, Nikki, Jack, Ashley, Lauren, Paul. I mean, they're all still on the show. The same people, right? Now, there are some characters that are still on the show, but they're played by different people. For example, Jill Abbott is now played by Jess Walton, and before it was someone else. I don't know who it was, but I know that she's like the third actress to play Jill. So even though she's been doing the role for a long time, and most people associate her with Jill, she actually wasn't playing Jill back in the day. Oh, John Abbott, that's another one too. Even though his character is dead now, he still pops up all the time, and he's another one. I mean, it really says a lot for the program that those people are willing to stay, for 30 years. It's crazy. It's crazy. FYI, little sidebar, I have to say though, when All My Children got canceled, I was devastated. I was upset. I love me some All My Children. But at the same time, having said that, think about it. Susan Lucci had the same job for like 48 years, right? So I would think that she is okay financially. She's not going to be on the unemployment line anytime soon. And she actually wasn't. She went right into Devious Maids. But still, it's like, girl, getting a soap is really what to do. That is it, right? Anyways, so the storyline that was going on, and it was also cool actually to see people who from other soap operas. For example, Lori Brooks is played by Jamie Lynn Bower, who is now, we know her as Laura Horton on Days of Our Lives. And I'm not going to lie, she was a better actress as Lori Brooks, right? I thought she was great as Lori Brooks, part of that is the material too. She had good material back then. And then this past one, it was just ridiculous. Her feeding us this line about Abigail. It was so stupid. So, it is what it is. But it was really good to see her. I really enjoyed it. And like every little aspect of the show was just so, oh my God. You know how they finished the show? They finished the show with this chick singing Through the Eyes of Love. Right? Okay. That is so 70s. Right? That's from the theme from Ice Castles. That was a fierce movie back in the day. But yeah, please don't let this feeling end. I was dying. I was like, no, they are not finishing singing Ice Castles. I love it. It was also really good to see Jeannie Cooper. Rest her soul. She was there playing Catherine Chancellor, and I don't really know where this episode took place, because this was before I started watching the show, but I suspect that this had been right after she had gotten that facelift, And I think she was concerned people wouldn't recognize her or something, and people recognized her and told her she looked great. So I'm thinking that might have been it. Sorry. So it's just interesting. I loved it. And then there was this crazy woman who obviously had some sort of vendetta either against Victor or Nikki or both. We're not sure. But she was crazy in the vein of I love my soap opera villains that crazy. Like, she was nuts. And she all she had to do was put on a wig and put on some big old Coke bottle glasses and then put some stuff in her mouth to make her change the appearance of her mouth. And that was it. That was her big disguise. And it worked. It worked. She was in there with Nikki Newman, about to stab her. And, Nikki didn't even understand that she knew. I mean, like, it was crazy. It was really crazy. It was also crazy. Oh, and we got to see Brock. Brock was there and looking young and beautiful, and I miss Brock. Brock was great too, anyways, okay, so the reason why they aired that episode is not just because they wanted to give everyone a holiday or whatever. Whenever Young and the Restless does this, there's usually some sort of reason why they flash back to that particular moment, because they could have picked, they've done like 100,000 episodes or something like that, right? So, no, 10,000. I think they've done 10,000 episodes, so, they could have easily picked any of them, right? So why did they pick that one? Now, granted, a lot of the people that we know were on the show back then, are still there. Then that might have been it. But I'm thinking that there had to have been some sort of reason tying into today's storylines why this moment was so long ago. Now, this was during Victor and Nikki's wedding. And I think it was their first wedding. So maybe it was just to show Victor and Nikki's relationship. But again, I don't know. I think it had to do with that crazy lady. And I think that the crazy lady we're going to see, we might see someone who's related to the crazy lady or remembers the crazy lady. I don't know. We'll see. But it's very interesting to see how things have changed, actually. First of all, they had all kinds of crazy, beautiful sets, which is great. On The Real Housewives, I want to take a quick detour, because in case you didn't see my RHOBH Sudsy recap, they had a whole episode where Erica Jane was meeting with who played Farrah on Young and the Restless, where Erica Jane was meeting with Mal Young, who we finally got to see, on camera, and the whole meeting took place in Adam Newman's living room, and I just thought that was the best. That was the best thing to me. I thought it was so great. I loved every second of it. Okay, so I just thought I'm still tripping on that. I think that was so awesome. Okay, so that's basically this whole week, though. We didn't really see too much happen. I mean, we saw that they're gearing up for Dylan's exit. They're really telegraphing the fact that Dylan is leaving the show, right? To do some undercover work in Miami. And Sharon is upset about it. They're also pairing Nick and Chelsea. They had a few kisses on New Year's Eve, and they are, trying to keep things slow, but whatever, just do it. Like, I'm trying to think of what else is going on, the whole Brash and Sassy, they're not getting kicked out any. Oh, wait, I have to, real quick. So the best part of this week, I can't believe I was going to do this whole recap and not talk about this. The best part of this week was the sweet revenge that Mariah got on Hillary, because Hillary is so, I mean, it was kind of premonition, omniscient. It was kind of like telling the future. So she said, that Hillary was reading the teleprompter, and she read that, and then she admitted to everyone at this big God, I cannot speak tonight. Benefit / gala God, that she's the one that tripped Mariah and made Mariah fall on her face. And so the whole, crowd gasped. And then, of course, there was a big cat fight afterwards. And I love it. I love me some Mariah. And not just that, but it was cool to see Victor stand up to Mariah. I mean, not up to Mariah, but for Mariah. Because even though she wasn't of his loins, she is still Cassie's twin sister, and he loved Cassie like a granddaughter. So it's nice to see him sort of come around to Mariah, right? And then, of course, Devon got all drunk and he's gotten some car accident or whatever. Like, we all didn't see that coming. Anyways, I loved it though, so I just thought I would say that was the best part of the whole week. Anyways, so thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter at Angel Benton, #YR to talk Young and the Restless. And you can also #GH to talk General Hospital, which is what I'm going to be doing next. Peace out. Have a wonderful day. Happy New Year. Wubba, wubba, wubba.